Hi everyone, it's Natalie, Love It, Live It, Make It Yours here on Flosstube and on Instagram. It's been a little while. It's been I thought it had been about 6 or 7 months since my last Flosstube, but it's been about 8. So if you've come back to watch, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking with me. I have been active on Instagram. I just haven't been able to, haven't had the time really to come and record a Flosstube. I would have really liked to. There's lots of things that I haven't had time for. I'll come on to that later. I'm just glad to be back, and I was really inspired to come back by a few people. So I was really inspired by Fairy Floss. I was really inspired by Steph. I know her name. I'm trying to remember her Flosstube channel. I'll put a link. I'll always put links in the descriptions below. Stitchery Steph, I'm sure that's her name. Really inspired by her. She's one of the Fairy Floss and Steph are Flosstubers that I watch regularly. And I've been watching Clue the High Heel Stitchers updates come, and I've just really enjoyed watching Flosstube while I've been away. So I just thought it'd be nice if I could come back and do a little update. What I'm going to do today is, though, because I didn't want this to be a mammoth Flosstube, and I didn't want to restart. I've seen some people take a break and then restart. I didn't really want to do that because I would just like to carry on. I'm still Love It, Live It, Make It Yours. I've still been stitching as much as I can. I've still been creating. I just have not had time really for Flosstube. It takes so much time, doesn't it? Flosstubers out there know it just takes so much time. But I love it. It's worth it when you've got the time to dedicate to it. It's lovely. So today I had a rare day off and I've made today that day. So I don't want this video to be super long. So I'm just going to do a bit of a WIP parade really, and in no particular order. I'm going to do a WIP parade, then I'm going to do some stash, and then for those of you that would like one, I'm going to do a little bit of a life update, and then a little bit of a shout out to people that some other stitchers or Flosstubers that might not have realised, but they've kind of kept me going the last 7 to 8 months really. It's been a bit of a difficult time. They've kept me ticking over, and I'd like them to know that. So yeah, so 3 minutes in, I better get on. So yeah, no particular order. I'm literally going to grab a WIP, show it to you, put it back away. There's a mountain of stuff here. Usually I try and make it nice and tidy, and I just didn't do that today. Flosstube viewers, I'm sorry. Didn't do it today. So, oh, I forgot about that little needle minder. He's so cute. I don't know where he came from. Most of my projects have needles in now because I've made buying needles also, I've also made that a hobby. Buying needles is also a hobby. Excuse me. So my first WIP that I want to show you is a freebie. So this was a DMC advent calendar. It goes 1 to 24 or 5, I can't remember exactly. It's a free chart though from DMC, and it's an embroidery chart or a cross stitch chart. It's been a tricky project because I think it was originally an embroidery chart that they've converted to a cross stitch chart, and so the back stitch is wild. It's like nothing I've ever seen, and so I've struggled a little bit with the back stitch. What I really wanted to do is do one every day, and I tried my best to keep up with it, but when I get to my life update you'll understand why I didn't. But this is how far I got. I haven't even finished the snowflake. I'm just gonna hold excuse me, I've come over a bit wheezy and I don't know why. Hold something behind it because the beautiful fabric, you're gonna see all the way through it otherwise. You can tell I'm out of practice, huh? I've really enjoyed this. I genuinely have, and I'm just sad, so sad I couldn't keep up with it, but I will come back to it this year. So yeah, the little snowflake is where I got to, and excuse me, because of the numbers being part of the back stitch, but the back stitch was all different colours, I've had to zigzag it all the way across the back. But I know that when I cover it, you're not going to see that. One thing that I don't usually like is nutcrackers, but geez Louise, did I love stitching that little man. I love him so much. Yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I am looking forward to getting it done. I'm looking forward to that. And one of my lovely Instagram followers, I don't know how many people participated in it, but grant a wish. I granted a wish for someone, and then if you granted a wish, you could then ask for something, and I really wanted a Christmas themed project bag, and one of my lovely, I follow her, she follows me, I'm gonna have to look her name up, but she made this for me, and I love it so much. This is, if someone said dream up your perfect Christmas project bag, this would be it. So normally I'd put this in stash, but I'm just going to show it to you now. And I love it. I love it. And it's lined a nice creamy colour. It's got wadding in it, padding. And I love all the little, I think it matches my project really well because there's loads of little different bits and pieces on there. I think it matches my project really, really well. That's nice. I'm really happy with that. So that's WIP number 1. I did not realise how many WIPs I had until I was prepping for this video. I'm still using my handy Flosstube notebook, and I didn't realise how many WIPs I had, and I was ashamed. I used to be a 1 WIP girl, now I'm a whatever girl. So my second WIP is the Positivity Rule Sale by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I just have not worked on this for so long, but I will because it's coming together. And I've stopped using my spinner for a bit as well, actually. So look at the creases. So some of my projects aren't getting the love that they should, but other things are taking up my space at the moment. And I just haven't. Oh, when I get into my life update, but I just haven't got the time to sort of. I know it sounds silly, just to spin and sort of think in that way. You know, like, oh, what am I going to work on today? I've just been blindly working on whatever I fancy. Time is precious. My next WIP is the vintage Janlin Walking Tiger kit that was gifted to me. A lovely, lovely lady. I haven't most of these I haven't touched for some time. I'll tell you if I have or haven't. But there's my Walking Tiger. Again, cute snap creases. This was my 30th birthday start, and this year I'm 33. So he definitely needs some love. My next WIP is, there's a needle kicking about there. My next WIP is Kaleidoscope B by KLT Charting, and this was a sale with Chloe the High Heel Stitcher. Hers is finished in a frame on her wall, putting me to shame. That's as far as I got. The fabric is also by KLT. I think it is 18 count Pompey Tides, which I say every time is Lou's favourite fabric. I wasn't keen on my fabric choice. I did pick it. I wasn't keen on it. I'd rather have done it on Going Fishing, which is another KLT fabric. But over the time that I've had this on the go, I've fallen in love with my fabric choice, which is good. I really need to get this done because it was a lockdown sale because me and Charlotte couldn't spend time together. So sometimes when we'd have our stitchy chats, we'd work on these. So that is Kaleidoscope B, KLT Charting on KLT Charting Pompey Tides. This is one of my favourite WIPs. I've barely touched it. It's one of my favourites and I've barely touched it. I really, really need to work on this. Oh my God, it's pathetic. This is the Barbara Anna Designs Dreaming Girl sale. And yeah, what a shame. Other projects have distracted me. There's nothing I don't love about this. So I really should just spend some time on it. I need no new starts. That's what I need to do. No new starts. I just used to be a one WIP girl. Now I'm just like, oh, there's a new project. Shiny. Let's do it. My next project is KLG Charting's Beach Hut sale. Seaside Stitcher, Claire Seaside Stitcher is working on this. It is her meetup project. I did loads on this not that long ago, and this beach hut is nearly finished. It is on 32 count linen. I knew that. I knew that straight away. I was trying to remember the floss I'm using because it is Jodie hand dyed. I cannot remember for the life of me. Let me just see if I can cover that with something. See, it doesn't. There we go. That's better. Yeah, this is taking me a long, long time. I love those colours though. Really summery. I just wish I could remember what the floss is called. But if you love a hand-dyed floss, Jodie Rees are beautiful. What way is this? It's this way up. This is quite a special start. I started it at the Southampton cross stitch retreat. It is Midsummer Night's Fairy by Mirabilia. I was really excited to start this. I did most of this at the retreat. I really need something to go behind my projects today. Yeah, you're not going to see a chart there. Haha. Okay, there we go. That's better. There's a chart in there I didn't want you to see. Yes, so I started this at the Southampton cross stitch retreat, and I loved it. I just haven't done much, that's all. Yeah, it's a really sad start. There's a nice story to this though. I every year, I need to book the tickets actually because it's at the end of July. Every year in July we go, my husband and I go to see Open Air Shakespeare by the Villagers, which is a local acting group, and they do it in the 17th century village, and it's open air and it's lovely. We go every year. Last year they said bring a picnic, and it was really, really nice, apart from my husband got bit loads and his legs just swelled up. He got bit by mosquitoes. Usually they go for me. Oh, not when he's around. He's obviously tastier than I am. And one of the plays we went to see, or we have been to see, I think it was about 3 times now, was Midsummer Night's Dream. And so Midsummer Night's Fairy really called to me, and I love the look of her. I'll see if I can just find the picture actually to show you. Let me see. I got the kit from Hawkins Hobbies. Ah, there she is. Oh, she's so lovely. Really lovely. I got the full kit from Hawkins Hobbies, and it wasn't that expensive. I mean, it's a considered purchase, I think, for a cross stitch kit, but their service is really good, and it all comes, it's just all there. And compared to sort of buying it separately or going for another company, it is the cheaper option. So I don't think they're that expensive. So I was happy with that, but I'd love to work on her a bit more as well. I really think I need to just go to No New Starts to get some of this done. One of my other starts, and this was a start for Charlotte's 30th birthday. I said that really slowly, didn't I? It was for her 30th birthday. Was the we did a Clue shoe sale. and I started a chart from Cross Stitch magazine, and it was a really poor start. That is how much I've done, and that is actually a sock. So it's actually meant to be Dorothy's, from Wizard of Oz, Dorothy's shoes, and I think eventually the back stitch says no place like home, and so that is the top of a sock. So that is a very, very poor start, but it's a start nonetheless. And really confetti heavy. That is probably my most confetti heavy project. I was struggling with it a bit, not because I don't do confetti, because I think I was stitching it really late, we were a bit drunk, you know how it goes. And I was a bit gutted. Yeah, it does say there's no place like home. It is in issue, try not to show you the chart, I'm well out of this whole Flosstube business. Cross Stitcher Summer 2014 issue 281. I was really gutted because that is on pale blue gingham fabric like Dorothy's dress. It doesn't exist anymore. Couldn't even find a second-hand piece. If I found it, I'd probably be tempted to restart. That's why I just went for the sepia colours, because some of this is going to be sparkly, and I just thought actually that's probably in with the theme, like right at the beginning when it's all sepia, when the film starts. And when I was a kid, I used to call myself Princess Ariel Wizard because I was obsessed with princesses. I was obsessed with The Little Mermaid, and I was obsessed with The Wizard of Oz. So that's what I used to call myself, Princess Ariel Wizard. So that chart speaks to me. The next WIP I'm going to show you is Sarah Elizabeth Stitch's Sal Lessons from a Christmas Tree. So I purchased this when it came out, and I didn't start on it, but I have worked on it sort of I try and join in with Jolly July. I got loose. I try and join in with Jolly July. Last year I went all out. The year before I dabbled in it. Had a rough plan. This year it's all had to go out the window, and I was a bit sad about that. So sad that I just got this out and started on it. And the day that I decided to get it out and start on it, this arrived, which is also from Sarah Elizabeth Stitches. This was going to be in my stash. I'll just show it to you now. This one I brought last year or the year before. It's such a, oh God, I love him so much. A little happy gingerbread man wearing a Santa's hat. But there was a lady one as well, and she has got a little bow in her hair. Just put my folder up behind. And I thought she could be all year round, whereas his definitely Christmas, and they could be friends. I'm stitching this from stash. I brought the called for, so I'll say I'm stitching this from stash. I stole fabric from Charlotte. Thanks, Charlotte, my fabric dealer. I just said to her, hey, have you got any of this? And she, you know, or something that would go with this? And she gave it to me, bless her. She's the best. So fluff, go away. I brought, sorry, I digress. I brought the cord for Classic Colourworks, red and green, and the rest I'm literally stitching from stash. I've got sparkles in there. I've got hand dyed, just some DMC. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I have worked on that this week. And my new 17 by 11 Q-snap, which is actually not that great. I've never had issues with Q-snaps apart from this one. It's loose. The sides want to come off it. It's all right when it's all clamped together with a project, because the project holds the sides on. As soon as I unclamp it, the whole bloody thing falls apart. Never had that with a Q-snap before, ever. Ever, ever, ever. So, my next project, and forgive me, I'm not going to take this off frame. I've got a thread ready there, ready for something else. My next project came on my mini holiday with me to the Isle of Wight, and it's called The Perfect Beach Day Recipe. It's by Emma Congdon. She is definitely one of my favourite designers. I've really enjoyed this recently. Really enjoyed it. There's my trailing thread ready to carry on, because there's some backstitch where it says pack, I think, or here. Anyway, around here, there's some backstitch in that blue. I really love this. I've really enjoyed it. I love the shading on that ice cream. It's so subtle that when I was stitching it, I didn't think you could actually tell the different shades, but you so can. I even think it's coming up on the camera okay. Yeah, I think that's good. I just can't wait for all the detail to come in, because there's backstitch here, backstitch around some of the bag. I can't wait for all that to come in. And even the blues in the BEACH, there's two different blues there, and they're very similar, but I think you can tell. And this is on January's Boy. Yes, by KLT Charting. And my grime guard, which I love, is from Wicky's Den on Etsy. And my needle minder is also from KLT Charting. That's an old one. I love that project. It's been quite loved recently. Quite loved. That's a stash purchase I want to show you in a minute. Why that's there, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's also a stash purchase that I want to show you in a minute. I have been working on another Emma Condon. This was a holiday start as well. I took my husband and I to the New Forest for a little holiday. We stayed in a vegan, they called it an Airbnb, but it is like a hotel, but there's kind of, apart from cleaners, there's no one on site. So you don't sort of speak to anyone to check in. It is like a hotel. And there's a vegan restaurant and cafe on site in the New Forest. It's beautiful. And so I thought for that holiday I would start Between Two Pines by Emma Condon. I'll just show you, I'll fold the fabric up and show you how far I've got. This stitches up real quick. I'm surprised how quick this stitches up. It's going to be bigger. This is from her book Cross Stitch for the Earth. But I have got almost Pines is a doorway to a new world. That's showing up really well on the camera. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, can you really see the deer? You can, and all the little leaves and the branches coming in and the different shades. I have stitched this from stash. I've purchased one or two colours, one colour actually. I started stitching in it and I pulled it out. I wasn't happy, so I brought the cord for. Otherwise I've stitched from stash and I'm really happy with that. I'm happy with the way it's looking on camera as well. And the fabric was from a charity shop. It was £3 for all of this, which is way more than I need. But it works really well for this project. I think it's a 32 count even weave, or it just works so well for that project. And that's been on a few holidays as well now. Well, mini holidays. My next, I'll just quickly show you this actually. I was in Tesco with one of the people that I support over Easter, and we were looking at like the Eastery thing. So it's this really cute little Easter bag, canvas bag, for £1. So I brought it to keep mini projects in. It's got little bumblebees, chickens, bunnies. It's cute. So I've been keeping an Aldi kit in there. I just get this out and stitch when I'm too tired to get out a big project. It's going to say Rise and Shine, so you can see where the Rise is going to go in. I think a ampersand comes down here, and then Shine. And it's a banner kit. It's been really durable. It's not been fraying, and I've caught this bottom edge so many times. It's really held up. Lovely kit, lovely threads. I'm using the floss that it came with. Really happy with that. It's a lovely mini project. That might be my new travel project, because the travel project that I did have, I finished yesterday. I have been working on this. I'm just not super loving it. It's called Lazy Daisy Days. It was a freebie when I was in a stash club. It was a freebie kit that came with my order, and it's a chart by Durene Jones. I don't think I've got, just gonna check if I've got a picture I can show you without showing you the chart. Just making sure I'm not showing you anything I shouldn't on screen. Oh, I have got a little picture. Lazy Daisy Days. I'm just not loving it. I probably will get it done because I'm one of those people that once I've put enough stitches in, I'll just keep going till the end because I started it. I think my fantasy Sal proved that all to you. There we go. That's it. That's what I've done. I started this in a hotel on a holiday. Might have been Brighton. I can't remember anyway. That's how far I've got. That is very poor. Very, very poor indeed. I might make this my new pub project, and then I'll just get through it, get it done. I know you shouldn't feel that way about projects, but I can't leave them once I've started. So you might as well just finish it. That's how I am anyway. And then I was trying to remember who this is by. This is my tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Black Panther. I want to say it's by Art and Hobby Designs on Etsy. I'm just going to double check that. I'm sure I'm correct. Sorry, Flosstube friends. I will put a link. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm sure it's by Art and Hobby Designs. Yeah. I haven't left myself a note. So yeah, I'm just gonna double check that for you. I'm sure it is by Art and Hobby Designs though. It'll be in a previous Flosstube. And it is on Silver Moon, I think, by KLT Charting. Oh dear, disorganised, out of practice. I really binged quite a bit of this recently and I've really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. My tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, 18 count fabric. I don't know what he was in. He needs to go back into a project bag. And then, oh my gosh, the biggest one of all. I've done loads on this since I've done loads on it since a Flosstube or few ago. But I haven't worked on it for months and months. I really need to get back into it because anyone who has been watching or following me knows I really wanted it done this year, and you can see that's not going to happen. But I've still done loads. I'm still happy with how far I've come. This is the height of the width now, so the balloons are going to start coming in again. Yeah. This is Into the Sky by Circus Stitches on 18 count Going Fishing by KLT Charting. The lady who made my grime guard for me doesn't make them anymore, which is a shame. It's lovely, really, really lovely. It's got little clouds and stuff on it. You'd have seen it in one of my other Flosstubes. And I store it in a project bag that was handmade by me. And I will show it to you. I've had to wash it about 4 or 5 times because one day I spilt curry on it. I don't even know how. I'm really precious about washing my hands before I touch my projects and covering them over. I've got a special pillowcase, it's manky. I used to keep my Lakeside needlecraft Durene Jones fantasy sow in this. So, and it's this, my grandma gave me this just to go on the bed, but I didn't have another one, and so I've stored projects in it, and now I cover projects over with it. So even if I've been stitching and I'm a lucky girl, my husband will bring dinner over, because I'm a lucky girl, I'll literally cover everything, like cover it over, and even if it's in the project bag, whatever, it gets covered over with this lovely old pillowcase. So how it's got curry and stuff on it, I don't know. However, it has stood the test of time. So I made this. It's my first project bag. Love the long handles, because when I go to cross stitching retreats and stuff, I just sling it over my shoulder. It has been in Flosstube videos before. The only thing I wish is that I'd made it slightly higher, because you can just about see the grime guard. When I'm carrying it, I think that's just where it sort of sinks down a bit. Otherwise I love it, and I love the clouds and the sunshine that's in there, the polka dot, love, love, love. And I made the handles, they were a fluke, but yeah, it stood the test of time, so I've had to wash it many a time. Love. And I have also just started on, because I'm sad about Jolly July that I haven't done a whole thing, I started a small Christmas project. So I'm just going to try and make sure I don't give anything away. The finished project will look like this, but I subbed out the fabric because the fabric that it came with had a dirty mark on it anyway. And I think this is candy cane. Let me check. I have got the packaging so I can verify. No, Season's Greetings by KLT Charting. I think it's 18 count. Can't remember how I ended up with this. Might have been an advent a couple of years ago, but I liked it. So I've stitched my little gingerbread man on there. My gingerbread man kit came from charity shop Swap Box. The lady who gave it to me used to be on Instagram, but she's not anymore. And it was such a lovely gift for her to put in my swap box. So basically there's a £10 budget. Anyone who's interested, let me know, because I can. The lovely lady who organises it, Alex, has just put it out for this year. So does anyone want to? I know it's a bit soon for the big old Christmas word, but a lot of planning and organising goes into it. And so she's just said, anyone interested? So if you're interested, let me know, and I'll point you in her direction. The lovely Alex. She's the on Instagram. She's the boot sale kid. She does lots of pre-loved videos, clips and videos and posts. So check her out if that's your bag, and it is my bag. And she's a nice lady. Yeah, the lady I got partnered with last year just knew me. She brought me loads of chunky jumpers that are lush, and I wore them all through the winter. I wore them over dresses. She brought me some shoes that have become my favourite work shoes, all pre-loved. So it's pre-loved stuff, £10 budget. You find out what your swap partner likes and you buy them things. You can go over the budget if you want to. And this great big box arrived. Oh my gosh, I was just so lucky. I was so lucky of all the things I got, and that cross stitch kit was one. She got me some books, literally so much. I was so grateful. It's such a shame she's not on Insta anymore, because I'd like to know how she's getting on. And my next WIP is birthday tags. They're like spring and summer designs. Excuse me, I picked up this in a charity shop. I think it was for £1. It might have even been... No, I didn't. I got this from Buy and Sell. A whole big bundle of stuff. Didn't cost me more than a sort of a tenner. And I really, really wanted these. And I had the magazine that they were from. Didn't have the kit. I could have just kitted it up myself, but I think it was so long ago that I didn't understand that you could kit things up yourself, so I just didn't. This has become my pre-work stitchy project, which has been temporarily taken over. But this was it, and I will go back to it. Look at that lovely little bee. I will go back to it. So that is also a WIP. And my last one, last and least, because I'm going to try no new starts. I just need to check something for this WIP. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm back, sorry. I'm going to have to smush 2 videos together now because it stopped recording. But I wanted to check the name of the company that has made my last WIP. So my last WIP is a sow, and it's called the Eternal Goddess Sow. And the reason why I wanted to look up the name of the company that has designed it, it's the lovely Maria. That's not the hard bit. The hard bit is, I think her Instagram name is Courtneon Creations. I was trying to double check it and make sure that I pronounced it right, but I'm sure it's Courtneon Creations. She has made a lovely goddess sow, which I was so excited about from the off, because she did the Very Viking sow, and I loved the look of that, but I didn't super love Vikings when I was sort of learning about history. Even though I love history, I just never, you know, when you're learning and you fall in love with Egyptians, or you fall in love with the Greeks, which is exactly what I did. I fell in love with Greek mythology, but I fell in love with mythology in general. So when she announced the goddess sow, I was so excited, and I just had to jump on it. But she did release the whole picture, so even though it's coming out every 2 weeks, she did release all of the goddesses just so you could see, which is great because you could then decide if you wanted to be in or not. And I was absolutely in, and I've actually kept up with it. Well, it's been released every, I say kept up with it, it's being released every 2 weeks, as I say, and so I've kept up thus far. So the next part is due out on Saturday. The only thing I haven't done is there's stars around here, and I wanted them to be done in black sparkly thread, and I tried ordering Anchor, but it's just not, it's not the right thread for this. It's fraying and shedding, so I've ordered some DMC Etoile. So I'm using Classic Colourworks Campfire for the red, and I'm using Anchor Black for the black, and I'm in love. I've just loved it. It's on 32 count ivory even weave. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and that is my last WIP. That's my last WIP of the WIP parade. So I'm just going to do a few stash purchases. I might as well start by telling you that one of them is this beautiful, my hair's got stuck in there, this beautiful Galaxy grime guard from Wicky's Den. They're my go-to for grime guards. I just liked it. I thought it suited my goddess sow, so might as well just show you that. And yeah, I'll just show you a couple of purchases, and then I'll do a little life update. So I'm just going to chuck them all in together. One of my purchases recently has been some beautiful WIP bags. So Gems Designs, she makes some beautiful WIP bags. She is on Sew to Shop, I think that's, I'll put a link in the description below. It's like Etsy, it's a bit like Etsy. That's where I purchase my bags from her. And so my beach day recipe is being kept in this beautiful beach bag, and it's got sandy coloured fabric on the inside. Actually does look like, look at that, I love that contrast. And I picked the option that came with the bobbin pockets, but I'm not using it for this project because I made a floss ring, so all my flosses are on my floss ring, but I will use it, I'm sure, because it's just lovely. I just really love her. I'll show you my floss ring that I love. I made it with Charlotte. seashell and an anchor. No. Ship's wheel. And some lovely pearly beads on my floss ring. Love that. Me and Charlotte had a crafty day that day and just made loads of floss rings and some scissor keeps, I think. I also got this one. I was going to keep the threads from Into the Sky. Oh, I've been looking and looking at this for so long, and then it went into the sale. So I'm glad I didn't buy it straight away, because it went into her sale and I bought the bobbin pocket for it, and it's got that lovely rainbow fabric on the inside, and it's a lady with her dog in the rain. But I was looking at it and then I thought, I'm gonna buy it for myself, and it went in the sale. They're all A4. The best thing about these ones is that I stitch a lot of projects from magazines, and the whole magazine fits in there. So the Beach Day recipe by Emma Congdon was in a cross stitch mag, and it's in there. But it's also available on Stitchrovia, Emma Congdon. Beach Day recipe is available on her Etsy page, and obviously that's digital then, isn't it? So people prefer that. And this was a picnic one, and that's perfect for Between Two Pines, because it's a bit natural, flowers, picnics. I love picnics as well. And I also brought the, oh gosh, I've zipped up the, because I photocopied the pattern just to have a working copy, so I didn't highlight in my book. And I'm actually using this one. I'm actually using that one. That's nice. It's got a nice heart fabric in there. I just love these. Yeah, she's a lovely project bag maker. Lovely, lovely they are. But two of them I'm kind of working on. The other project bag maker that I love is Cross Stitch Bunny. I was trying to remember her name then whilst looking at it. She also has a Flosstube channel, check her out. I was looking at her name because she puts cute little labels in with a little bunny on. This one I just had to buy. It's got happy little seals on it, and one of them's wearing a bow tie. Obviously this was made for me. Look at them. I love the gold zip. It's made really well. Love, 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 love. Love those seals. She had a happy cat one. I just missed out on it. I got this one. You know, you can't have it all. And then I got this lovely Pokemon one with the rainbow zip. Love. I also got this huge, ginormous Evolutions one. I love Pokemon. We're playing a lot of Pokemon at the moment. The card game, we were. The card game, because my sister bought it for my husband for Christmas. So we've been collecting Pokemon cards like we're 11 again. This came with a Evolutions needle minder, and you could pick which one you wanted. I asked my husband to pick for me. I think he picked Umbreon. Yeah. There he is. Or she. Nice little buttony magnet on the back. Nice and strong. There's a project in there kitted up ready to go actually, but I'll talk about that another time. That's going to be my first full coverage. So that one I need to leave out. They can go back in the craft room. I also had, just having a look, I also had a little holiday to the Isle of Wight. And whilst I was there was a lovely... So I went to stay in Shanklin. There was oh gosh, I loved the Isle of Wight so much that I just came away wanting to live there. I was just saying to my husband, I just want to live here. It's how England used to be. There's just so many lovely little shops and local shops, and then really, the high streets are thriving. The high streets are absolutely rammed. All the shops were open. It's just so lovely. It's just how it should be, really. But anyway, I digress. We went to Ryde, Shanklin and Newport while we were in the Isle of Wight, but we found a lovely little craft shop, and forgive me, I just cannot remember what it's called. It was a sweet shop. and a craft shop and a bit of a gift shop. I will find out and put a link in the description below. But I brought a lovely kit by Joyce Designs called the 7 Wonders of the Isle of Wight cross stitch kit. I will probably sub out the fabric because I think it's on 14 count, so I'll probably sub that out. But I loved it. I just really love it. It's got the ride train and the Newport Church, beach huts, boats, the needles. I'm going to go back because I'm going to go back to the Isle of Wight because there's just, I loved it. It was such a lovely holiday. I just really want to go back. I was really happy to buy that in the Isle of Wight. And I've since been following her on Instagram. She's got a really lovely page, the lady who designs all these kits, and she's just started designing for magazines as well. So she'll be interesting. The patterns that she comes up with will be interesting to see. I also got this lovely, from the same shop, little DMC kit. I love that red flowery dress. I'm all over that. It's beautiful. And they had some variegated floss. They are Duchess threads. And I just thought I'd buy them because I was there. And my husband suggested I could use it in my 7 Wonders of Isle of Wight on the borders, which I definitely will do. But the guy in the shop gave them to me for free when I went to pay. I brought loads in there. There was a really lovely handmade Cath Kidston fabric bag. I brought that and put some projects in it. I brought a dowel rod to hang a project off. I brought a crochet kit for one of my best friends as a present. We brought slushies because I had a slushie maker. And I brought these lovely, oh my gosh, these lovely variegated threads. There you go. They're lovely. Lovely, lovely. And he gave them to me for free. Really happy about that. Really kind. Love to go back there again. Boy, did we walk on that holiday. Because we didn't take the car. We got the train and the bus a couple of times, but only if we couldn't get there on our own 2 feet. So boy, oh boy, did we walk and walk and walk. I also have recently subscribed to the World of Cross Stitching magazine because I started really enjoying their content. And I've been and ahhing about getting a Lowry, and they had a free one if you subscribed for a year, and I literally worked it out. If you got the subscription without the Lowry, it was £20 cheaper. If you got the subscription with the Lowry, it's £20. So in theory, my Lowry cost me £20, which I wasn't going to get a Lowry for £20 anywhere else. But, so I would show you my Lowry, but I mean, you all know what one looks like. And it's kind of holding stuff, you know, it's over there and it's got magnets and stuff on it. And I'll drag it over here and you'll see a metal pole sticking out of nowhere. I digress again. When I got my World of Cross Stitching magazine, it said there was a £20 offer for Stitch and Story. I don't know if anyone knows Stitch and Story, but they can be a little bit pricey because they do lots of branded stuff. So, for example, I went to try and go to the Hello Kitty Cafe in Brighton and it was fully booked, so I couldn't go. I was a bit sad. So to cheer myself up, they had a Stitch and Story cross stitch kit, Hello Kitty and Pusheen. Anyone who knows me knows I love both of those things. This cost me £25, and my husband did say it's a bit expensive for a cross stitch kit, but he wasn't saying I couldn't buy it because he never tells me no because he's a good egg. He was just saying, you know, like, that's a little bit expensive for a cross stitch kit. And I was like, oh yeah, but I'm here. And I was feeling a bit sad because I couldn't eat in the Hello Kitty Cafe and I just wanted to cheer myself up. But we went to a cafe literally a few doors up called Rising Tide, and it's vegan, plant-based. If you are ever in Brighton, go, go, go. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Food was lush. I was really disappointed, and then I put their food in my mouth and I did not care anymore. Did not care anymore. We had a lush day in Brighton as well. We went to Cineworld with Cineworld members. If you like going to the cinema, being a Cineworld member is worth it because you only have to go twice and you've kind of made your money back, and you get discounts in loads of different places, and every year they send you a letter telling you how much money you've saved. I genuinely use mine. I wouldn't, if I didn't use it as much as I did, I'd say it could be a bit expensive, but I use mine so much, and we get money off. We go out for dinner and we get money off, and even it's got me money off in Cath Kidston before, guys. I mean, come on, what's not to love? Anywho, So yeah, £25 I brought this for in the Art Box Cafe. I am going to book, by the way, and go again because I love Hello Kitty, and I went to the Pusheen Cafe. But then in World of Cross Stitching magazine, they had an offer, £20, and it came in a little craft bag, which it does, a Stitch and Story craft bag. And for £20, this is what I got. Some stitch markers that I'm going to turn into scissor keeps. Hello Kitty and Pusheen Stitch and Story cross stitch kit. Another Pusheen cross stitch kit. And a whale cross stitch kit. And I haven't decided I'm going to gift this or stitch it. I haven't decided. But when one of them cost me £25, and all these lovely things, thanks to World of Cross Stitching magazine, cost me £20. I have a feeling my husband might have been right. He might have been right. So I'm nearly done. I'm nearly done. I went to the cross stitching retreat in the Southampton cross stitching retreat, which was lovely. And one of the things that I brought while I was there was another Mirabilia. And I didn't buy the full kit. I didn't get it with threads. I just, because I thought I've just got so many threads. I was hoping I can kit it up from stash, and I haven't checked. But I brought everything else that's come with the beads, the fabric, specialty threads, etc. And she is the July Amethyst Fairy because my birthday is in July. And I've been looking at her for so long, so I just thought, why not? And I love Hawkins Hobbies. They've got really nice customer service, really, and they're like, Zarena's lovely to speak to, and so is our husband. He's so nice as well. Robert, I think his name is. They were really, really nice. Nice people. And I also brought from them this really cute, I'm so happy I snapped it up, and I deliberated about it for a long time, and I'm so glad I've got it in my hands. Lizzie and Kate Joy snippet kit, and it comes with all the hand-dyed floss and the buttons. What I love is buttons and beads. What I love about this is they haven't just given you what you need, they've given you a whole skein of floss, and I've really got into hand-dyed floss recently. Look at the glare on that. So this is, I'm going to start this, I think. Oh no, I said no new starts. No, I'm going to anyway. Who cares? Life's too short for that business. I'm not sure if there's fabric in there. I think that's the only thing that might be missing, but it's not like I'm short on fabric. I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy I bagged that actually. So last few things, I have got into making my own project bags simply because I like them to match my projects, which is really silly because when they're done, I've got this project bag that doesn't match anything. But I've still, you know, I'm not the fastest stitcher, as you may know. And I'll still have projects to go in them, but it's just turned into a bit of a silly obsession. So this is for Midsummer Night's Fairy. This is my project bag that I made for Midsummer Night's Fairy. And this is Midsummer Night's fabric. So once she's finished in 50 years time, my project bag will be redundant. But I love, 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 love this fabric. And I love the upside down bits. I love it. And I put these little ties in, ribbon ties rather than Velcro or buttons or zips, mostly because my machine is a freebie. It was a free machine that I picked up during lockdown, and it is a John Lewis small sewing machine. I've made every single project bag on it so far. It just doesn't have a zipper foot. That's okay. When they come out looking like this, I'm really happy. Because I had lots of fabric left over, I also made this little needle keep, but because I'm going to be using beads, I've put some felt in there so I can put my beads on there and pick them up. And I also made it with a pocket so I can keep my beading needles in there, which I got for free. Someone at the retreat, it'll come to me in a minute. Someone at the retreat said, I've got some beading needles, do you want them? And I was like, yes, actually, I'm just about to start a Mirabilia today. Not that I was going to be beading that day, but I thought, you know, they'll be handy to have. And I said, how much do you want for them? Because we do sell bits and pieces at the retreat. I brought so much stash there, but it's been too long. I can't show you 8 months worth of stash. Anyway, she gave them to me. So I was really happy about that. And they fit just right in there. In my little foldy up needle bead floss book. And it's all matchy. I like it. I really like that actually, that it all matches. And I'm not the best sewer, but I just love making my own little project bags. I love the fabric on the inside. There's nothing really special about it. It's just like a sort of mauve. And even my frame with its legs, it all fits in there. So that's cool. I'm really happy. Oh, I have to say, one of my favourite Instagram accounts is Stitched. Oh, Whitney Sews. Her book bag project is what has taught me how to make these. So I follow her book bag project, which is so easy. If I can get it, anyone can. And I follow her tutorial, her YouTube tutorial. I make these, and then I found out she's a cross stitcher, and I think I'll link it below. But I think her cross stitching one is Stitched by Whitney. I've done one of her patterns recently called Carty Party. Oh my god, I loved it so much. Check out my Instagram. And she's just released a snowman Carty Party. Oh my god, it's so cute. So check out her, both of her. Check out her YouTube channel, check out her Instagram. I'm sure she's done a Flosstube as well, but she's one of my favourite Insta accounts to follow, and she's a really nice lady. I've dropped her a message or two to say that I love her videos, and she has responded. She makes some amazing cosplay as well. Amazing cosplay. Anywho, I wanted a project bag for the Goddess Sal, even though I'm going to try and keep up with it, and it shouldn't even take us that long because she's releasing it fortnightly. I still wanted a project bag for the Goddess Sal, so I brought some fabric and I made one today. So this is hot off the press, hot off the sewing machine. I'm really happy with it actually. When I was sewing it up, I was like, I don't know about this. I'm really happy with it now. When I was sewing up though, it did look like it was going to be a bit off on the top, so it is a little bit. You're not going to see it. No one's ever going to say to me, can you see the join in the fabric is over, whereas it should be like on the top. It's just, no one's ever going to see that. Although if you ever meet me and I have it with me, please make sure you come over to me and point that out. I'm still really happy with it, and I used on my little JML sewing machine, I used a special stitch, which I've never done before, but this, my other project bags, because I've made 3 now using her lovely tutorial. The others obviously took me longer. This I literally whipped up in like 2 and a bit hours today, and that was just faffing around, really cutting. Measuring cutting is what took the longest time. I want to say the sewing probably took me like an hour maybe, and then I used, I'm going to get close now, the wave. You're not going to see it, I don't think. The wave stitch. Oh, you can see it there. I'll turn it around. Yeah, you can just about see it, and I'm kind of happy with how that turned out. And I made my own button loop, picked a nice big chunky button to go on there, and it fits just right. So the reason why I chose all this sunshine star moon fabric is because in the Goddess Sal there is the sun and the moon and waves and stars are going around here. And so because of the waves, that's why I picked the wave fabric. They don't really go together. I thought they would. And then by the time I'd ordered it, it was too late. And my wadding is really nice and thin, but like padded. That came from the craft charity shop. And this button I've had in my stash forever. And I was almost regretting it that I didn't make it handbag style, as in up this way. But now I'm not regretting it at all. When I start, because I'd already cut my fabric and I thought, damn, I should have done it the other way. I'm not, and then when I started sewing it up, I thought, actually, I like it that it's more envelope style. I like that. Yeah, so you can kind of just have it any old way around, couldn't you? And I was debating it all being stars on the outside and waves on the inside. But when the wave fabric came, it's actually gold shiny. I don't know if you're going to see it on the camera, but it is those, the curly bits on the waves are gold shiny. But what a waste for that to be an inside fabric. What a waste, a lining. So yeah, that's why it's a bit, it was a choice. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. Really, really happy with that. And so last but not least, my DIY, second to last actually, I've also made although this isn't my one, hang on a minute, I made two, you see. I also made a floss ring to go with that project. So it's a lovely goddess type lady with blue hair with stars in it, and some nice pearly beads and an ocean bead. That's for the goddess owl. And when I was making some with Charlotte, I made a lovely Christmas one, and the Christmas one has become my Lessons from a Christmas Tree floss ring. There's a little penguin on there. It has got Christmassy beads, Christmas colours. Oh, he's turned around. I think I'm going to put them all on one hoop because they're separate, you see? It's a good view actually. So, and I'm going to do the same with my goddess one. Okay, now it's the last thing. I have been making needle minders because I collect badges, but I don't wear badges. They just go on my cross stitch bag sometimes. And then my cross stitch bag changes all the time and I don't change all the badges over. So a lot of them I have made into needle minders. But when I was in the Isle of Wight, there was the kind of like haberdashery gift junk shop that was there that I loved. It was called the Mad Hatter's Haberdashery. I remembered. One thing I remembered. They had just loads and loads and loads of badges for sale, really good prices. And I was looking through them and I just said, oh, I could just make some of these into needle minders. So that's exactly what I did with some. So this is a Disney collector's pin with Minnie Mouse's hat. So I've made that into a needle minder. This is a Simon's cat pin. It was a charity pin and we love Simon's cat. It's a comic book. So I've made him into a needle minder. This is a really old Cath Kidston needle minder that I made. It is a Cath Kidston button factory I've got. I made that into a needle minder. It broke, so I repaired it. My husband found this in the Mad Hatter's Haberdashery. I love cross stitch. I made that into a needle minder. And I had this badge when I was a kid. You can see how old it is. It's slightly yellowed. But I had this badge when I was a kid. I've made him into a needle minder as well. Look at him. Look at him. And we also went to Shanklin Shine. Honestly, it's so, I love the Isle of Wight so much. It was so beautiful. If you ever get to go. But I brought a Shanklin Shine historic gorge badge and I've turned that into a needle minder. And I also went to a vegan food festival at the Mountbatten Centre, and I brought from Viva La Vegan some lovely badges. 3 of them I've made into needle minders. One you've already seen on the Goddess Owl and the other 2 are here. So Rats Rock and Be Kind. I love them. Love, love, love. Also got a nice perfume from them. So yeah, I've been making needle minders. My husband got, I got him some origami stuff for his birthday, and he made me this lovely little Buddha, and I've put a magnet in him. He sticks on my Lowry stand and the needles stick to him. So he hasn't got like another magnet on the back. I love his little leafy top as well. But and he's so serene and happy. But he just sticks to my Lowry stand. So he's kind of a needle minder as well. So that's it really for my WIP parade. This video is probably going on a bit, but it's been a while, hasn't it? But that is it for my WIP parade, my stash. I'm just gonna do a really quick life update. So if you're gonna go here, thank you for joining me again. I'm sorry it's been so long. I appreciate you coming back or sticking with me. Pop a little comment below and I'll reply, or drop me a message on Instagram. And thank you for joining me. But if you're sticking around for the life update, I'll just make it quick. There's not much to say, which is mad for 8 months. So I started a new job, and it's been hard. Not the job, actually the job has been hard. I have loved it, but for reasons that for many reasons really, I don't have time to do Flosstube. I don't have time to go to the gym anymore. I don't have time to go to craft clubs. I've had to put a lot into my job, and everyone who knows me knows I'm a bit of a workaholic. I like to be a workaholic so I can enjoy my downtime. There's a difference between being a workaholic and having that option, and being a workaholic and not having any downtime. So, and that's what's been happening. That's why it's been so long since I've recorded. So I found another job that is similar with a different company, that is less hours and more money. I'd be mad not to try. It's in Southampton again. I didn't really want to be working back in Southampton. I've done that before. But sometimes you've just got to, you can't have it all. You can't have a job that's close to home, that's amazing money and amazing hours, I guess. There's no such thing. So I'm going to work further away from home, hopefully better hours and better money. So I'll hopefully just get that work-life balance back. I really don't mind. I've always worked around 50 hours a week. I've been working sort of above and beyond that recently, and everything else has just had to take a back seat. And actually, what's the point in working every day if you can't enjoy the things that you love? I go to work every day because I enjoy it, and it helps me enjoy the things that I love. But when it becomes your life, that is something else, isn't it? That is something completely different. So that was one update. I also wanted to tell you about my lovely holiday on the Isle of Wight, but I think I've done that enough. I just loved it, and I'm gonna go again. And if you get the chance to go, then go. If you're interested, that is. I really want to go back to see the needles. I want to spend more time in Newport. There was a vegan, there was a Chinese, actually in Ryde, there was a vegan cafe and a Chinese restaurant that had a whole vegan menu. Oh, I was in love. And I was also a maid of honour for one of my lovely best friends, Clue the high-heeled stitcher. I was maid of honour for her, and it was one of the loveliest days of my life, and it was special, and I'll treasure it forever. And so I just wanted to share that. I might pop in a little picture, but I'll check with her first. So if I don't pop in a picture, you know I haven't had permission to share. And that's about it really. I just wanted to do a couple of shout outs, and I've kind of already done them, but I just wanted to dedicate some time to the people that have kind of, without realising, they've kind of kept me ticking over the last 8 months. And they are all my stitchy friends, especially Clue the high-heeled stitcher. We call ourselves the inner circle. You've all kind of kept me going. Thank you so much, and thank you for sticking with me. It means a lot to me. Fairy Floss, the lovely Faye, she's just been I love her channel. I love her Instagram pages. She's such a lovely person, and she's a nice friend. And Stitchy Gem as well, and Amy, Graceful Stitchery. I had to remember that then. We just drop each other a little message from time to time, and that's meant a lot to me. Sarah Elizabeth Stitches, I love her patterns. I love the accessories she makes. She's always so nice if you just drop her a message and ask for advice, or just a query about one of her products. And she's been a bit under the weather, so I just wanted a little shout out to her. And I put in a purchase recently, and she sent me a lovely Floss Friends needle minder. Thank you, Sarah, I loved that. And she's also got a subscription box coming. I'm so excited. If her advent box is anything to go by, I cannot wait for that. And I think it's going to be seaside or beach themed. I'm sure that's what she said. I'm so excited for that. Let's face it, it could be like tree themed, and I would still go for it. I mean, I love trees anyway, but and definitely, I know I've said it already, but please check out Whitney Sews. I just love her content. So yeah, that's it really. I'm not going to put a time on when I'll be back, because I do not know when that'll be. I have no idea. And I'm not going to edit this video too much either, because I'm not going to do the whole this is last time, this is this time, because too much time has passed. So I'm going to chuck some links in. I'll put my title in, and this video is going to go. And yeah, I'm excited to be back. And I hope you'll just join me as and when I chuck out a video. I've missed Flosstube, and I love watching it, and I have been watching it. So thanks for joining me. Leave me a comment. I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. And thank you so much. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye everyone. Thank you.